that corner you'll see like registration, and then this one it says adjustment lock. So never remove that registration column.
Which one?
That one. So if you read it, it says registration at the bottom.
Yeah.
And then over here it says adjustment lock.
Okay.
So you can remove that because you need to remove one end. So
The adjustment,
yeah, you need to remove the adjustment.
not the registration.
Because if you remove that, then that's completely gonna be off completely.
Okay.
And then after that, you have to unplug this ribbon cable, remove this port, and unplug this too.
Yep.
So those ribbon cables will stay there because they run through the bottom.
Yep.
So anyways, once you remove those, then you can remove these four corners right here. 2, 3, and 4. So you can see them on the bottom. Go ahead.
Yeah, I see that.
Yeah. So once you remove those, and then you unplug the ribbon cables and the board, then you can undo the latch right here.
Okay.
See the latch?
Yep.
So as soon as you undo the latch, then this thing will come over on this cutout. So there's like a wheel or a bearing inside there in the middle.
Yeah.
So as soon as you unlatch that, it will just come over.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. And then once, well, let's say you have no plates in there, then you can just align this to face that way. And then you just pull it out.
Okay.
Yeah. But I guess the most important thing is to never remove the registration bracket, because if you remove the registration bracket, that's it. It's gonna be completely off on data.
So, so what's the adjustment lock for?
Well, that's once you're ready to put it back in,
Yeah.
then you just move the base to the registration point.
Okay.
That way it's gonna be flat.
Yeah.
In that line.
Okay.
And then what the adjustment lock does is basically what it is. So you don't completely remove it. All you have to do is loosen it, and then it should move around.
I see. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
That makes sense.
and then over there, you see it's like, it has a little cutout on the left side, like the registration lock.
Yeah.
It has a cutout because that means that you can loosen the bracket and then move it away without completely removing the whole bracket. And then, but when it works is when you put it back in. That way you can start pushing the base to the registration point. So the registration point is basically where it is. It aligns the whole column to the right.
Okay. Okay, so I guess, so you line it up with the screws and there's a lock too, right?
Right, so don't tie those screws yet until you're aligned to that end.
So this whole part will come off?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, the whole thing comes off. That's why you have to unplug the ribbon cable, the big one,
Yeah.
and remove the board. Remove the board because you might damage it. Once
okay.
these things come out, it's pretty heavy, so you might break the board. So it's better to remove it.
Okay.
It doesn't take that long.
Alright.
Yeah, that's it for those. The top, like I said, it's just that bracket, the latch. You latch it, and then that thing comes over here. That's it.
Okay. Cool.
Just keep in mind the orientation.
Yeah.
The
Okay.
PSR.
So what about the counterweight? Is it just gonna be like free or no? I guess not.
No, but
Yeah, 'cause it's attached.
if you want, you can remove it. Let's wait for you.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
So for the counterweight, so if you want to remove it, you just have to undo this too,
Yeah.
and at the same time hold this And then for the PSR,
I guess.
so the PSR has a hole right here. So what I do usually, I put an Allen wrench. That way you can fold it, and then you can lose this.
I see.
That way it doesn't fall down.
Yeah. Okay.
So that's our hole that we set it. That way when we remove this whole thing, it's still floating without crashing all the way down.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's just. Got it. It's just like stuck in there. Okay. Cool.
And then you gotta make sure not to go all the way in, because there's a sensor on the other end. So try not to hit this sensor.
Okay.
Yeah. So when you stick the Allen wrench, make sure it doesn't stick all the way out, because sometimes you can damage this.
Okay. Oh, I see. Yeah, so it goes all the way.
Yeah, so you try not to go all the way out.
Okay.
Yeah, and then once you secure the carriage, then you can start removing this while holding the counterweight.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that's all the only thing that I see. That's the only thing that holds it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, it's worst case scenario, but yeah, good to know.
Yeah. And then you can also loosen the counterweight. So these two screws is what holds the counterweight,
Yeah.
and then you can detach it.
Okay.
Yeah.
That holds that on there too.
No. This is one whole piece.
Oh,
So
it's
these
on-
two
okay.
bolts, this is what hold in the back. That's it. So I usually take both at the same time if I had to take the whole thing. But on the second time, I find out how to like carry it, but it is heavy.
Yeah.
It's you gotta play with it. That way you don't hit the columns.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
So you'd probably. So like, should I avoid touching these because they have grease on them, or?
No. Just use gloves. That's it.
Yeah. Okay.
And then if you get the grease, just grease them back again. But it has plenty of grease now, so.
Yeah.
Okay. That's good. But yeah. Well, hopefully that's happening again, because there is a lot of work. It took me almost a whole 10 hours plus the following day to calibrate.
I see.
It is a lot of work.
Yeah.